Okay, I'm back.
Guess it helps to unmute myself. Greetings, everyone. It's Michael from Nocturnal Simulations again, joining you once more for an exhilarating private jet journey. Today, we're taking off from Porterville Municipal Airport and cruising over the mountains to Las Vegas. On board, we have some entrepreneurs eager to try their luck with the slot machines. Though I'm not streaming in VR today, I've been increasingly fond of the Pimax Crystal. Also, a big thanks to BYRDY for sending me over some lenses for me to review. If you're intrigued by the Pimax Crystal or in need of prescription lenses for your headset, there are discount links in the description below for both. And for those of you who wish to support our channel, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link as well as Super Chats available. Every contribution goes a long way in ensuring I continue to deliver top-tier content for amazing viewers just like you. With that business out of the way, let's jump back into the cockpit and get started. Okay, I'm back. Totally said my intro twice because I forgot to unmute myself. Alright, let's see here. We're already up and running, at least for the batteries. We'll go ahead and disconnect our external GPU because we won't need it too much longer. It's awful noisy. Who we have there? Is that Kyle? Okay. Yeah, Mike said he's going to be a little late. He's got his kid for at least, I guess he's dropping him off and he'll be back in half an hour.
Okay.
Alright, so let's go ahead and pull up that checklist. Pre-flight inspection. All the chocks and covers are removed, so we're good there. Door latched. Go find the hotkey or quick spot. All right, parking brake. Set. And battery switches 1 and 2 are on. Generator 1 and 2 on. Storm GPU, we go ahead and remove that. We got plenty of battery power at the moment. And verify FADEC channel is displayed below percent thrust indication. Percent thrust indication, FADEC channel A. What'd you say?
My settings, I don't see any of y'all sitting here by myself, so.
Oh, I don't know if I saw you yet or not. Let me look. There's a Vision Jet right next to me. I don't know who that is. I think that's Kyle up there in the PC-12. Gotcha. Which one is that?
It's the Carinado.
Carinado? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Strobe lights are on. Cast messages. Just parking brakes. So we're good there. Thrust lever is set to idle. Brakes hold. Engine knob to run. Fuel pump check. I need to, since I removed my Honeycomb Alpha, I need to reset up some switches and stuff to get through the checklist menus here in MobiFlight. Alright, fuel pump, verify fuel pump advisory cast is displayed. BG, oh, okay, that guy. How you doing today? Alright, verify fuel pump on. Fuel pump is on and I can hear it. And verify engine start, battery temp, or engine start volts cast message is not displayed, which it does not. Engine button. Press. Let's get her started. Saw somebody load in right there in front of me. I've got another Vision Jet up there too. Bienvenuti?
Yeah, I I went back out and would come back, you know, and check my settings and
Okay.
so we should be set to all player, correct?
All players.
Yep.
It's like all off and live.
Yep. That's it. That's what I got.
Make sure you're on East.
Let's see. Yep, East USA.
All right. Engine, everything's in green and happy. We're pulling a lot of power from the battery. Generators are on. Slowly dropping down. It may be charging the battery. Engine IPS. We don't need any ice protection. Nice and clear sky today. And there's some weather just outside of Vegas, but I think it's heading east, so we should be okay. Sonar GPU has been disconnected. Oxygen master switch. It's on. And avionics initialization. So I did not do a SimBrief flight plan, so I don't know exactly how much fuel I need, but flight is only, what did I say it was, like 200 miles? So with half a tank, that's more than enough for 200 miles. All right, let's go ahead.
The second time, Michael, and I do not see y'all at all. It's a blank field here. So.
Let's see. Let me make sure I can see you. You at the right airport?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go back out and check here and see.
Oh, yeah, you're right in front of me. Sorry.
TBM?
Yep, TBM. The gamer tag didn't pop up when I was too close to you. I thought it was somebody else that was past you.
At least you can see me. I wonder why I'm not seeing anybody.
Oh, we didn't do a good job doing our pre-flight inspection and shutting the luggage door. I'm surprised there's not a CAS message for that. Speed bugs, takeoff all on. And let's go ahead and get this flight plan in here. Flight plan at origin. Kilo Papa Tango Victor.
Hey, Kyle,
Yep.
can you see me? In TBM?
Yep.
That's weird. I cannot see. I don't see anything.
We'll have to look at that after this, Ken.
Yeah, that's weird.
Alright, KLAS for our destination, our en route waypoints are going to be, we don't have a departure, so PPARK. To TRTIS, TRTIS. Oops. Come on, scroll. There we go. Up to BIKKR. Or BIKKR, how you want to say it. BIKKR, yep, enter. And then we are on the, oh, we don't have a arrival yet, so BYRDY is the last waypoint. BYRDY. All right, procedures, if we look at Navigraph, currently have 8 runways available. And on runway 1 left, we have 8 knots of a headwind. And that looks like to be the best arrival. So let's do, let's go back. And 1 left has an ILS. So we'll go ahead and pin that. And we should see the altitude restrictions here. Got 8,000 coming in from T-Tray, or 7,000 down to Codno 6,300, 5,300, and should be on the glide slope there with a minimum of 2460. So we go and put that minimum in there, 2460 barrel minimum. And our current weather at this airport is altimeter 29er, 9er 2. Oh, that's nice. Winds 330 at 8 knots. Visibility 10 miles. Temperature is 34 degrees. Ooh, it's warm here. Humidity 30%. And nothing in the remarks of significance. So with that being said, we're going to want to take off of runway 30. Okay, so let's get the arrival in here. I'm actually not sure, since I didn't do it through SimBrief, we'll have to look at which one we want to do. So ILS 1 left, load that. And then let's go look at our procedures, arrivals. We may have to use Navigraph for that one because there's quite a few there. Let's go with airports, KLAS. And let's do the arrivals. How do you look at all of the arrivals? I think what do you do at airport maybe? Set arrival. There we go. Alright, so we are coming from all the way up at BYRDY. Looks like Jason 2 would be our arrival. So add that to our route.
Are you already putting the arrival in?
I'm just going to go ahead and reprogram one. Jason 2. So BYRDY. That's our transition. One left. Load. There we go. And it loaded in all of our altitude restrictions for VNAV, so that's great. And I don't see any significant speed restrictions except at Roman.
Okay, what arrival did you select?
Jason 2.
Well, what runway?
Jason 2, runway 1 left. There's an ILS there.
Okay.
So let's go to our map. Go full screen just to make it a little easier. Oh, we want to go to map. And scroll up here and make sure everything looks okay. Nothing goofy going on with our flight plan. And that looks good. Okay, cool. And we'll double check it once we get up in the air. Just don't want to burn too much fuel down here. Alright, avionics are initialized, so we're good there. Cat spins, removed and stowed, passengers are briefed, seatbelts are secured, and bleed air switch has been turned on. Comm and navigation GPS is set. We'll go over to 122. Is it 1228 for Unicom?
You don't bat sim?
No. I was just trying to remember. It's been a little while since I've flown a VATSIM, so I'm forgetting. Hey, Manuel. Glad you're joining us today. No, I'm not on VATSIM. I'm just goofing around.
Yeah, 22.8.
And then transponder, we'll put a random code in here just to pretend we're on a IFR flight.
What you got for the barrel minimums on the arrival airport?
The minimums were 2460. I need to get on VATSIM sometime soon. I'm rather rusty. Obviously, I haven't flown in months. All right, altimeter check 29092. Transponder set. Heading at initial altitude, so we're on runway 30. And looking at the chart here, it has a heading of 300. So we'll go ahead and change it to 300. And we are climbing and cruising at flight level 280, so there's no restrictions here, so we can just go straight to it. As I scroll for half an hour. Hey, higher resolution. I appreciate the comments, buddy. I'm always happy to hear that I'm helping somebody. That's the biggest reason I do this stuff, is be able to help everybody have some fun. How are you doing today? Just keep on scrolling. Oh, I should have been using my... Too late now. My little technique. Okay, 280. And we're going to be climbing out of here. I think VNAV works on the climb out. Or FLC will. Okay, heading and initial altitude are set. Flight controls free and correct. Full right, full left, back, forward, and left, right, rudder. Good to go. Trim 6 degrees. We're going to take off with 6 degrees today. And flaps 50%. Electronic trim roll is set. Toga. I don't like to do that because it screws all my autopilot stuff up. Cast messages, just probe heat. We'll take care of that on the hold short position there. Cast messages, seats, parking brake, release, brakes, check. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Just about. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm ready to roll. We'll find out soon enough.
Alright, so runway 30, so we're going to take, well, from the position I'm sitting at, I'm going to take a left and then head down to runway 30.
Well, I didn't pull up the chart because I thought I'd be following y'all, but I remembered I can't see y'all, so that ain't gonna happen.
Let's go. We've got quite a few Vision Jets here today. I think this might be the first time I've actually seen other people flying the Vision Jet with me. It's pretty neat. Alright, so...
Uh-oh.
What? What's wrong?
I see I think I had a crash to desktop.
Uh-oh.
Alright, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna see if I can get it back up.
Yep, just pick us up at an airport off to the east somewhere. Alright, since we're close enough to the threshold here, we'll go ahead and turn on probe heat, get rid of that. I know where I'm going now, so... Departure is taking off runway 30 on a heading of 300, climbing immediately to flight level 280. Other than that, pretty simple. Landing lights. Let's go ahead and get those on. Probe heat is on. Engine IPS, don't need. Cast messages checked. Nothing. Trim 6 degrees. Clear left. And clear right. Entering the runway. 30. Let's confirm. 30. Flaps 50% is confirmed. And we're about to go. Get a habit of pay for the whole runway, use the whole runway. All right. Other than Ken's CTD, it looks like everybody's right behind us. Ooh, I really need to set these hotkeys back up. It's really painful to hit this little scrolly wheel that has a button on it too. Brakes hold, thrust lever to take off engine instruments, check normal. Brakes release, rotate is 80 to 90 knots. Pitch attitude 5 degrees. Landing position, or landing gear up with positive rate of climb. Flaps up at 115. Clear of obstacles. We'll keep max takeoff thrust to 2,000 feet above ground, so about 2,500 feet. Then we'll pull it back to, I'm sorry, takeoff thrust to 2,500 feet, and then pull it back to max continuous thrust. And airspeed is climb per tables. All right. So, takeoff power. Everything's good and green, and release brakes. .90 knots, let's rotate. 5 degrees. Positive rate, gear up. Alright, 115. Flaps up. And start climbing for the chart, which is 165. So we'll go ahead and go in the nav mode. It's not tracking for us, so we'll go ahead and do our right turn and fix the autopilot issue here in a minute. Alright, 2,500 feet. Let's go back to MCT. MCT. Let's figure out why we are not going into nav mode. We may need to intercept before it'll accept that. So we lost some power, so nose down a little bit. Looks like about 4 degrees. These mountains are a bit easier to climb over than the ones out in Idaho. All right, FMS is picking up, so let's go ahead and do a left turn to get back on the nav track. Higher resolution, which video is your favorite of the ones I've posted so far, or the most helpful? I'm always curious to hear what everybody says. Still hand flying, and we just got 6,000 feet almost. Yeah, climb, thrust lever, MCT, engine parameters, everything's in the green and happy. Cabin pressure is climbing. Ice protection is not needed right now, and altimeter transition of 299.2 at 18,000 feet. Luckily, we're already on 299.2, so we're good there. Go ahead and hand fly up to 10,000 and let the autopilot do the rest. And Kim, once I get to autopilot, I'll look for an airport for you if you're loading back in. Oh, he disconnected from Discord. I guess he restarted his computer. Kyle, how was that air show?
It was a little lackluster. The F-35s went out yesterday and then the F-16 demo team went yesterday, but today it was, I think the most we got was 1,200 feet ceiling, so they couldn't go, so it's just a stunt pilot and a couple of warbirds that went up, and that was pretty much it.
Oh, wow, so you guys had some weather up there then.
Yeah. And like people like are all upset that we didn't have Thunderbirds or the Blue Angels, and it's like, well, our last show was 2 years ago. They booked out 2 years.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get them to this year, so it has to be another 2 years. So.
Alright, 10,000 feet. Let's go to autopilot. What was that last part, pal?
Oh, I'd say you can't make everyone happy. You know?
Oh, never. It's impossible.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was still fun.
And to confirm my initial guess, half tank will be plenty. We've got fuel at destination 26, 27 gallons now. And that's during the climb, so we'll have plenty of fuel when we get there. Looks like our en route time is going to be an hour and 14 minutes from this point. Landing at 40041 UTC. And I got a ground speed of 198 knots. Did you meet up with Mike?
No, so his work trip only lasted till Friday, and he said he wasn't feeling well, so
Oh, okay.
he was gonna dip out a little early. But I was like, we made kind of not cemented plans, but next time he's in the area, we're gonna try to meet up.
Yeah. Looking at the stream there, it looks like the Volanta bar is not pulling in some data for some reason. I'm not sure why. Gotta take off track IR so it's not bouncing around for you guys. So the arc here is on the Vision Jet. That's your MCT. So as we climb, you'll notice that their percent thrust continues to lower as we get into thinner air, and then our max throttle is this little T right here. You can see that just decreased right there. If for some reason we needed a little extra oomph, we have 5-minute timer on being able to use that. Should have some pretty good visuals over these mountains. Looking at the radar here, we're at the tail end of that weather. It's out over the lake out to the east of Las Vegas there. The name of that lake is, I'm drawing a blank on that. So I'm getting statistics in Valanta, but for some reason it's not showing up on that overhead bar. I wonder if I restart it. I may break it. We'll see. Let's go ahead and stop the overlay. Start it again. Oh, there it goes. Or, oh, was I just... Maybe it was just too small for me to see the numbers. I've got a pretty small window up there. Oh, yeah, okay. It is working. Cool. My preview window's pretty tiny. Oh. Huh. Turn off our landing lights now since we're over 10,000 feet. Trying to take a screenshot. I'm not sure it actually worked though. It didn't pop up. Oh, it's reloading again. I forgot to load it again once I restarted the sim earlier. There it goes. Let's check out our nav approach chart here. So we're on BYRDY. And at Jason we need to be above flight level 190. And then we're going to be on WAPID to Pesci, which is pretty cool because it's right at the peak of the mountain. And the top of that mountain's almost 12,000 feet. That's going to be pretty neat. And down to Nima at 14,200 above. Oh, Pesci we need to be at 250, by the way. To keep that in mind because it's still 15,000 or above. Envy at 11,000 or above. And then when we get to Red Quinn, we'll be at 210 over 9,000. And then Bourbon, 210 at exactly 8,000. Oh, wait a minute. I looked at the wrong one, sorry. This one is for runway 26 left and 26 right. We are on runway 1 left right now. So we're actually going to be coming down Pair, Mescal, Lumi, Zenpi, Bomb, hard left turn, to Roman, since we are landing on 1 left, and Roman's 210 at 8,000. So if we go to our flight plan, we should see all that information already in here. Pesci, Pair, Mescal, Lumi, Zenpi, Bomb, and Roman. Yep. And then for our approach, runway 1 left. Codno, which I just saw on the flight plan after T-Ray, Trey, maybe? Nadi, Sosoi? Zabis? These are some interesting names. Zabes, maybe? And our go-around procedure is going to be climb straight out to 3,000 feet, and then right turn at 7,000 feet, direct to Bravo Lima Delta. Looks like Boulder City is the waypoint, and we got a hold out there if we need it. I've actually been to Boulder City. There's a place there called the Coffee Cup, which has amazing breakfast. And after you get used to the Vegas prices, it's a lot cheaper. And for me and a coworker of mine, we went down there for a work trip last year for a conference, and the breakfast prices were $50 to $100 for 2 people in Vegas, and then we went down there and it was like $10 a person. It's great. You ever been to Vegas? Oh,
Nope.
I don't know. It's pretty neat. It's the people watching is fantastic.
I love that. Like, I'm not a big betting man, but I'll throw a cup. Like, I'll be okay with like $100 or $200 max in a casino. But
Yeah, I'm not a big gambler myself. Just the statistics behind it all. So I'm like, okay, never mind.
yeah, not for me.
But yeah, I do the same thing. I'll take $100 or $200 or something for a couple days and see what I end up with. Won a little bit on the last trip and then lost it all faster than I could blink.
We went to Foxwoods, which is like a resort casino in Connecticut a few weeks ago, and I'm down $11, so I'm kind of salty about it.
There's a casino near me, and blackjack was my jam over at it. I'm actually up $1,000, $1,500 or so after a couple different trips with some friends.
Oh wow, nice.
I'm waiting for that to turn around and bite me though. Next time I go, I'll probably lose every bit of that.
And get yourself some nice computer upgrades with that.
Yeah, so yeah, go out there and win $50.90 worth of cash. This is pretty cool how you get this big, massive valley right here. I kind of wonder if this was caused from glaciers or just erosion from a river. You definitely get some nicer terrain out west than you do on the eastern side of the country.
Oh yeah.
What's the furthest west you've been then?
Actually, I've spent 4 months in 29 Palms, California, when I was in Palm School with the Marines.
Okay.
So that's in the Joshua Tree National Park area.
I bet that's nice.
It was nice. I mean, I was there during winter, so it was still hot, but not like 120-degree hot.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was in Vegas, it was like 115 every day of the week. I mean, it'd be midnight, it'd still be 100 degrees. It was like, jeez.
Yeah, and I bet the pool water is close to 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh god, jeez.
Get in the pool and it's the hot tub.
Yeah.
It doesn't do much good. Come back here and join our executives. Still need a way to be able to pull up YouTube or Netflix or something on this big TV back here. A little in-flight entertainment. I actually got to meet the Flight FX team at the Flight Sim Expo in Houston this year. Talked to them quite a bit.
They got any projects in the line?
They've got... They didn't say anything then, but if you look at their Discord, they've got a few things. Let me go ahead and pull their Discord up real quick. Let's see here. They made some announcements recently. So they have a terrain coming out, DePage Airport, Kilo Delta Papa Alpha, which is going to be released this week, actually, September 14th.
Nice.
It'll be available on the marketplace, Contrail, Orbix, and Flights MTO for a price of $15 American. Chicagoland's DePage Airport is located 30 miles west of Chicago and within minutes of all Chicago's major commercial centers and the western suburban areas. Home to the largest concentration of corporate aircraft in Illinois. Ooh, that might be a fun one to get, since we do a lot of these smaller jets and TBMs and things. Corporate aircraft in Illinois, DePage Airport offers 2,800 acres of property with over 30 businesses, including the internationally recognized DePage Flight Center. Kilo Delta Papa Alpha is the only general aviation airport in Illinois with 4 active runways, 2 ILS approaches, and a 24-hour FAA air control tower. DePage Airport has a 7,570-foot runway and an on-site U.S. Customs office and the largest operational maintenance staff of any general aviation airport in Illinois. Huh. That's pretty neat. And then they also announced something else, I think. They're feeling... They were trying to get the community's temperature on if they wanted a South Florida airport because of the heavy amount of executive airline traffic, and it looks like it's 252 green, 139 somewhat interested, and then 519 not interested.
On their website, they have Pompano Beach. It's like in flight, and then Fort Lauderdale is delayed, so it might be Pompano where the Goodyear blimp is stored next.
Oh, could be. I don't think it actually said. Oh, it did. What is Kilo Fox Lima Lima?
Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay. They're hiring. I do know that. So if you're any good at programming and need a job and you want to get into the flight sim world, it might be an opportunity for you. And the rest of it's just updates. Oh, and then they got a picture of the Flight Sim Expo. They actually had the Vision Jet at the Flight Sim Expo, so that was pretty neat to get to see. He flew. That guy says he flew out of Fort Lauderdale for about 6 years. Was that were you flying, or for like just business travel? I've actually never been to Fort Lauderdale. Working for the FAA. Oh, okay. What did you do? The airplane is the Vision Jet by Flight FX. Oh, as a pilot in the Caribbean. Oh, that's awesome. I bet you... Oh, okay, I gotta ask. Did you get to spend a lot of time in the Caribbean? Like a couple days overnight and get to hang out on the beaches and everything, different islands? Or was it just a, kind of go there, turn around, come back? International Airways System Specialist. So, were you in charge of naming all these waypoints? Or, well, no, in charge may be the wrong word. A part of, I guess. Who's out there all week? Oh, that's nice. End your day and get to go have your little umbrella drink on the beach. I did some work down in Florida quite a bit for a while there at my previous job, and it was always nice. I would either go to, I was right in the middle of Florida in Ocala, and would go to Cedar Key or Daytona Beach, just depending on what I wanted to eat that night. Maintenance of the radar, nav, and communications. Oh, okay. So is that like an IT role or an engineer role? Both? Okay. Yeah, I'm an electrical engineer myself, electrical and computer engineer. So we may have to have some discussions. And pilot, so you had the best of all three worlds. All right. I know I mentioned earlier that the flight plan had us going at 287 true. It looks like I've actually got 296 true airspeed, so we're going a little faster than planned, actually. Flew everyone around. That's pretty fun. What did you fly? Ground speed 341 knots. Fuel over destination 82 gallons, so we got plenty of fuel on board. En route is showing us down to 28 minutes, really. Is that en route to destination, or... Yeah, huh. Interesting. Top of descent. Is over BIKKR, or just before BIKKR, and we got about 8.5 minutes till top of descent. Whatever you could justify, helicopter or fixed wing. Wow. Okay, so you get to fly anything and everything. That's pretty awesome. How many hours do you have fixed wing and rotor? Bell 206 for islands with no runway. That's pretty sweet. Sounds like a dream job. Especially for my interest. Uh-oh, my sim just froze. Still froze. There it goes. Whew. Okay, cool. Dodged dodged the CTD there. Too many to count. I'm actually looking at getting my, especially with the Mosaic rules coming out, hopefully next year, my sport pilot license. I'm going to start getting that probably towards the end of the year, aiming for the spring next year. 20 to 30,000. Wow, that's impressive. Flying for 47 years. I'm jealous. I would love to do it commercially, but I have a color deficiency that would give me a lot of heartburn. Even with the occupational color test, color blindness test, it would be a challenge for me. Hey, how's it going, Minecraft? How are you doing today? Yeah, it's a medical issue for me, for sure. So that's kind of why I'm looking at Sport Pilot. That way I just don't have to worry about medical at all. Minecraft, that's what kind of system hardware do you have? Because it is a very demanding sim, unfortunately, so... Mike, I just guess. So far it's worked out for me. I haven't blown myself up yet. Mike asked me what color. How do I know which wire to cut? Color to cut? You know that meme where the guy's sweating before he pushes the button? Yeah, that's been me before. I'm not super familiar with AMD. Do you have something Intel that you could compare that to? Or Kyle, do you know anything about AMD? Okay. It says he has an RX 570 overclocked with a Ryzen 5, 3600 and 16 gigs of RAM. Intel, which series? There's there's a bunch of different generations of Intel, so I'm not sure which i7 you're talking about. Top of descent, a little less than 5 minutes. Yeah, that guy. I actually have the Pimax Crystal, and I've really been enjoying that. It's just it's a little hard to stream with. You have to pull up these. It's almost like a little fly pad or EFB or something. You have to pull it up and sit to the side, and it's kind of still working some bugs out. What headset do you pack around with you? Minecraft, what kind of FPS are you seeing on medium settings? Because if you're CPU limited, then taking your terrain level of detail and your object level of detail down is going to be a tremendous help on your frames. Because if you're bottlenecking your CPU, that's where you'll get in trouble. Yeah, so take a look at what are your level of detail settings at right now? Because especially with the 737 from PMDG or the Phoenix, it can be a little heavy. Even the CRJ is a little heavy if you don't have beefier hardware. Which flight stick do you pack around with you? I just ordered the Virpil. Is it the CM3 base with the Constellation grip? I think's what it was. Although who knows how long that's going to be before it gets here. Yeah, try turning those down. If you're running medium settings too, be aware that some medium settings hit your CPU, so you can actually get better graphics and more frames by upping things like shadows, for example, would be one of them, because it'll push it over to your GPU instead of your CPU. .3D Pro, is that a Logitech? Yeah, you have the full, you have the full motion sim, don't you? Yeah, I'm currently flying with the Thrustmaster TCA joystick. Yeah, no problem, buddy. If you have any more questions, feel free to join the Discord, and we can try to help you out. Oh yeah, with the G1000s, yeah, that's pretty sweet. All right, Kyle, I have a top of descent in about a minute and a half, so I'm gonna go ahead and start lowering my altitude here. We are on VNAV already, so let's go down to 5,300 was the top of the glide slope.
What waypoint are you heading up to? Or are you next?
BIKKR.
Okay.
That's the real flight sim gear G1000s that you have. I think is what you said before. All right, VNAV just popped up. Next restriction is 19,000 feet. I do have some clouds, so don't forget your eyes protection. Got your certified. That's awesome. Oh, that's even better. Do you have to use a specific sim to get your log time? Because I guess it's X-Plane 11. Is it their latest sim that's FAA approved? Can't you? Yeah. That'd be nice if you could. Alright, I'm descending, Kyle. Alright, let's watch that speed here. Oh, you can use X-Plane 12. Oh, okay. Cool. Alright, I got some ice, or potential ice issues coming up. I got some visible precipitation here. So we'll go ahead and turn on the engine anti-ice. Let that start warming up for us. And we can go over here and check the actual menu for that, which is under aircraft systems. Go to ice protection. Forgot to turn on our air conditioning for everybody in the back. Whoops. Outside air temperature is negative 24. Probably nice and cold in here right now. Yeah, I'm keeping everybody back there all bundled up. It's 50 degrees Fahrenheit in the back. Hopefully that should start taking care of itself. Ice protection is confirmed. Everything's good on the engine. It's on and running. Kind of excited for the winter weather flying again. Feel like we haven't really had to fight too much with icing in a while. A nice little tailwind helping us out here. Ground speed of 333 knots. Temperature is rising pretty quickly. We're up to negative 15 degrees. We'll go ahead and turn on the wing and stabilizer. This plane is equipped with boots, so instead of keeping it hot, it'll pop the ice off by inflating, and you'll see it animated here in a minute. There it goes. That guy, did you ever have to deal with icing conditions down in the Caribbean? Since we're talking about it. This is my favorite thing right now, is being right on top of the clouds, especially at sunset. Yeah, but very rare. Yeah. I gotcha. What was your favorite place to fly to? I have imagine what your answer is going to be, but I'll let you tell me. Speaking of island hopping, I need to get back on that series. I might actually mix it up a little bit with the Vision Jet and the Sting. Sting for short ones and Vision Jet for a little longer flights. Stella Maris. I'm actually not sure where that's at. Awesome, Minecraft. I'm glad to hear it. What'd you drop it down to? You have to fly yourself in or charter. Okay. Alright, Kyle, I'm in the clouds now, negative 9 degrees Celsius, so make sure you get your icing on.
Will do.
Oh, I'm getting a little windshield ice, so let's get the windshield ice on. Good thing I already had these things ready to go. And there it goes. Cool. Now the Vision Jet's kind of interesting. It doesn't use heat to de-ice. It actually has a fluid. It sprays on the windows. Which, if you look at the aircraft systems ice protection, has the IPS ice protection. I'm not sure what the S stands for. IPS fluid, you know, Kyle, by chance? Or that guy? You might know. Ice protection spray. Can actually, I think you can push the high if you got really bad icing. You can hit the high and that'll be a little bit there. Don't remember? Okay. Let's see what Dr. Google says. Oh, system, maybe?
Maybe. So there's also ones called slips. I think what Sears has is slippery liquid infused porous surfaces. So I know like on the SR-22s, the leading edge is like a very fine mesh almost, and the liquid just gets seized out of that.
Interesting. I didn't know about that one. Yeah, IPS does stand for Ice Protection System. Oh, 5 minutes behind the light. Oh, no problem. Yeah, you're definitely appreciated. Words are hard. Yeah, you're definitely welcome. I was reading your comment at the same time I was talking. It never works too well for me. We're flying from Porterville Municipal Airport and heading to Las Vegas. And that is Kilo Papa Tango Victor to Kilo Lima Alpha Sierra. Yeah, I would be in your shoes if I were flying in the UK. I would be like, what? Where are we going? Hey, I can see mountains ahead of me. About 16.6. We have flown into Europe a few times. I need to do more flying out there because everything's so different. It's definitely interesting. Where would you recommend we go fly in Europe? Because we've been to Switzerland, I think we actually did something in the UK. Let's see, Ireland, along with, I guess, Spain and France. All right, we'll leave the ice protection on for a little longer till we get well below these clouds here. I'm not paying for the fluid. Oh, I definitely wasn't watching my speed though. Innsbruck from Stansted with Jet 2 or from Gatwick. You fly right next to London, which is good. Yeah, I have flown around just by myself and around London just to see what the scenery was like. It was pretty neat. Alright, back to MCT. I was reading the comments and not paying attention to my airplane.
We should do like a London City approach and like use jets or something. I know the A318 is the biggest commercial that could go in there. And obviously, we only have 320s, but
We'll have to do it with the 320.
yeah.
That'd be pretty fun. Always fly to Stansted and go to Spain, as I get to see all the sights in London and south coast of UK. Is the south coast of the UK a really nice area to fly in? I got a speed restriction 250 knots. I better make sure I don't overspeed. Yeah, we've done quite a bit in France. Oh, these clouds are... You can see the sun poking through. It's pretty nice. Snag a screenshot of that now. Now, it's interesting. The screenshot saved icon is normally green. It's changed color to like a bluish gray. Hey Tommy, how's it going? Oh, no sound. That's all. I'll tell you. Alright, outside air temperature is 1 degree Celsius, so once we get to plus 10, we will turn off ice protection if this haze continues up for us. No, I actually fly for a virtual airline that models Delta, the Delta Virtual, and so I typically fly Delta if I'm doing a commercial flight. Every time. It does look pretty good, Tommy. Although I wouldn't mind doing something of a European carrier just because the flights are so much shorter. Longest flight I've done was I went from Atlanta to Alaska. That was about 8.5, 9 hours. We had a big event with the virtual airline. We do it once a year, and my home base is out of Atlanta. That was a long day of sitting there playing Texas Hold'em and various other Discord games with the group. Actually, I ended up flying the A320neo from fly-by-wire on that one, which definitely stretched his legs on terms of what's the word I'm looking for? Endurance. Wow. Did you end up taking a nap in the middle of that one? That seems like a long time. And the way these... Kyle, are you seeing how the sun is peeking through on the ground?
Not really.
Alright, I think we can turn this ice protection off now. Did you actually have a 737 MAX to fly, or were you just using another 737? Took off about 2 a.m. and just had my normal sleep and woke up. Yeah, you still had another 4 or 5. Well, I guess we're Boeing Field's in Washington, so you still had another, like, wow, 6 hours? 7 hours? Well, you said it's 11 hours. You didn't sleep too long. Vegas should be off to our left here. I don't know if it'll render in just yet. Oh, there it is. Okay, just a reminder, we have a speed restriction of 210 at Roman. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the room I have my computer in, I normally have to leave the door open because it gets pretty warm in here. And if I'm in VR doing a stream or something with the door shut so I don't bother everybody else in the house, it's amazing how hot it gets in here. Alright. Hey, Mike.
What approach are you doing?
What's that?
Do you know what approach you're doing? Remember what it was called?
Was it Jaren 2? Jason 2?
To 26 left, maybe?
One left. Oh, let's get the altimeter for Vegas here. Coming up on 3002. Man, these clouds look amazing. Better slow it up a little bit more. UK was hit with a heat wave and it was not nice during a 5-hour flight today. Oh, I can imagine so, because you guys probably don't have a ton of places with air conditioning, do you? These clouds are amazing. What's going on with this flight plan here? Should be going to Codno after this. It's weird how it's got a little disconnect right here. Got somebody leaving Vegas, I guess. Alright, Roman had a speed restriction of 210, so let's go ahead and pull the brakes. We will be on our approach here momentarily. Just rely on really crappy fans. Yeah, we had the non-air conditioned dorms when I went to Oshkosh, and that was a bit rough. 210. All right, let's go ahead and enable approach mode. Hey, Vegas is rendered in. Alright, just a refresher on our go around instructions. Climb straight ahead 3,000, right turn to 7,000, and head to Boulder City. Look at these colors. It's incredible. Yeah, my computer turns like a space heater whenever I'm running it. And I'm looking forward to winter time. Trying to keep it a little cooler in here. And it should be about to pick up the glide slope. Glide slope. Alright, let's go ahead and bring in a notch of flaps. And slow to 145. Yeah, the room I'm in is about 10 by 12 or so. No ice on the wings. It's getting pretty warm here, so I wouldn't expect any, but you never know. Let's pull up that checklist real quick just to make sure. Approach briefing is complete. Ice protection is not needed. We got all that off now. Lights. We got strobe and landing. We're good to go. Flaps 50%. Airspeed 140 knots. We got 145 tomorrow. Just in time for the landing, Tommy. Get you guys on the ground, but it looks like be about it. Alright, let's go ahead and slow it up just a little bit more, and we'll get seconding 100% flaps out along with landing gear. Landing gear down and locked. 3 green. Flaps, we'll go 100% flaps. Flaps ice. Check for ice, no need to worry about that, so we're good. Cabin pressure is descending. No need for engine ice protection, autopilot off. Once we get stabilized. Oh, one thing we do need to do real quick. Speed bugs, landing on. Oh. Yeah, the Navigraph update has been fantastic. I've been really happy with it. It's got all the statistics and everything on there, plus all the weather charts. Let's speed it up just a little bit here. And let's go autopilot off. The visual here. Get bounced around a bit here. It's not too much of crosswind, Tommy. You got 7 knot quartering. I've actually been up in the stratosphere and got to watch people taking off and landing from this airport from it. It was pretty cool. There's somebody flying out of here, doing barrel rolls in F-18 or something. Alright, recheck the landing gear. It's down, 3 green. That's full. Oh, somebody spawned in right below me on 320. Alright, start throttling back. Vision Jet, being a top-mounted engine, does a nice little job of helping you flare. On the ground. Start applying a little bit of brake. I don't see a taxiway just yet. There we go. And we'll want to turn to the right. Actually, general aviation is to the left. Looks like we got somebody parked over there already. Butter. Oh, go ahead and bring the flaps up. We'll go ahead and hit the second taxiway. Let's see, I saw somebody on the ground a second ago. Is anybody with us? It was a Vision Jet, so I imagined it was, but I don't see them anymore. Anyone else on the ground yet?
I'm on final.
I'm behind Kyle.
Let's go over here and park and watch you guys land.
Miles out for me.
Oh, okay, that guy. Thanks. Park right here for now and figure out what we're going to do here in a minute. All right. Park brake on. Let's go find Kyle. Oh, someone's on the ground. Friend request. I'll get you here in a second, buddy. Quite a bit of traffic around here today. Oh, you used to set up the comm tower for Sun and Fun. Oh, that's cool. You still attend Sun and Fun? Sorry, I'm having to catch up a little bit on the comments here. I was focusing on the landing. See you later, buddy. Thanks for joining us today. Oh, I screwed up my screenshot. Dang it. Nice landing. Oh, I like that livery.
Not far behind Kyle here.
Yeah, I got visual on you. Oh, Ken did send me a message. What did he say? Oh, he was having computer issues. Yeah, Kyle, you found me. Okay. We'll just park here temporarily, keep your engines running. We'll get a nice screenshot over on the taxiway or something with Vegas behind us. Actually, where we're parked might actually make a pretty good screenshot. Let's do that. Alright, let's catch up the mic here. No pressure, Mike. I like to tell you that every time just to make you a little nervous.
That's right. We're not in the airliner right now.
That was a good screenshot. Oh, nice. That was a good landing.
Thank you. This TVM has such a high dashboard.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see over top of it. Let's see. Are we waiting on anybody else? I'm not sure. There's quite a few people who were just following along via the stream. Actually, you know what, guys? Right where we're parked right now is perfect. I can get the skyline of Vegas behind us. PC-12 sounds awesome.
Yeah, I like it, especially in the reverse.
Oh yeah, it makes a bunch of noise. Let me get in here and turn my landing lights off real quick.
Sure who I parked next.
Park next to me. Awesome, there'll be some good screenshots there. Let me get one from high up real quick. Okay. I guess let me mute myself here in the stream real quick. I guess thanks for joining us tonight. That was definitely a fun one. I appreciate all the comments that we had there throughout that flight. That definitely makes the flight go by really quick, as you can tell by me getting by my airplane the entire time. With that, guys, do you have any questions? Need some support? Feel free to join the Discord, or if you want to join the next group fight, let us know in the Discord, and we'll get you set up. With that, guys, happy flying.